Hello everyone, and welcome to my review for Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 150. As some of you already know, I have 2 strikes on the channel now, so I've created a backup. That's linked down in the description. I highly suggest you go and subscribe to it, so, just in case this channel does get terminated, you have that to go back to. I do plan on moving Jujutsu Kaisen and a few of my other series there. I've already started doing Record of Ragnarok over there, so you should definitely go check that out. And also because of this copyright issue, I will no longer be using manga panels in here, and I will instead be using fan art, and all of the fan art I use will be linked in the description to the source. So also, if you guys see some nice fan art on Twitter or anywhere else, you can, tag me, send it to me on the Discord. I'd greatly appreciate that. And I always want to be sure to credit the artists when I do use their stuff. So, of course, include a source if you're going to share some fan art with me. So, with that out of the way, let's get on with this week's review. This week, I guess we hit like a big milestone for the chapters, 150. I guess that's some kind of milestone. It would at least feel like it, considering all of the special colored stuff that we got for this chapter. We got the cover of Shonen Jump with Yuji, Megumi, and Yuta. It's a pretty awesome cover. Then we got a lead cover page with Maki after killing Ogi. This looks fantastic. I really love the way that color pages look in Jujutsu, especially these kind. We don't get very many of these, and I fucking love the way they look. The last one I can remember that looked like this, well, there were 2. We got Nobara before she went off to fight Mahito, and then we had Yuji and Mahito, like, kind of both on a double-page spread after Junpei died. So I really like the feel that we get from these kind of color pages when Gege does them. And we also get a color page spread with Maki and Mai holding hands on the beach. This is presumably like the same beach that Mai's innate domain was on. This is also really good. Like, it's a color page, but it's also monochrome, which is a very interesting choice, and I quite like it. It's a very nice color page. It's a very beautiful spread. And it's pretty tragic considering, what just happened with Mai. And we'll see throughout this chapter that Mai's death has had a very big impact on Maki. So the chapter starts off with an alarm being rung that everyone here at the, Zenin headquarters can hear. And this is when this young-looking kid named Ranta comes out and tells Jinichi that Maki has killed Ogi. So now they are assembling a group known as the Cuckoo Squad, led by this guy named Nobuaki, who has this he's got like a delinquent haircut. And it's explained that the Cuckoo Squad is comprised of all of the men in the Zen clan without techniques, and they serve under Hei, which is the elite squad within the Zenin clan. And also, prior to becoming a student Jujutsu Tech, Maki was enlisted within the Cuckoo Squad. Although it says men, so I don't know. Maybe it's because she forced her way into it. I don't know. But all of these guys they find Maki, who now has both the dragon bone, or the keel, and the sword that Mai created. So we get this page where she's got like 20 people standing around her, ready to fight her. Very big Kill Bill vibes from this. And Maki's thinking to herself, what was I going to do? She thinks of what Mai said about falling down the hole with her, and she decides that falling down the hole with her would have been the right path for the both of them. I interpret this as meaning that Maki's quest to become the head of the Zenin clan would have never ended with her and Mai being together. The only way for them to have done that is if they both just stayed at the bottom. And then she remembers Mai saying, destroy everything. Now this is very interesting, because some people have suggested in the last week that Mai made a binding vow with Maki to take the rest of her cursed energy. I'll take all of the cursed energy with me in exchange you destroy everything. And even in the lead color page, it says, destroy a curse entrusted to Maki. So, either this is a binding vow or some kind of curse that Mai has left on Maki that seems to be motivating her harder than usual to fight against these guys. And boy, does Maki fight against these guys. This is just fucking vicious. She's butchering these people. We get some really vicious shit. Like, she stabs the keel into this guy's head and then activates the boosters on it, so it, like, tears his fucking face open. The energy is, like, exploding throughout his skull. It's real fucked up. The choreography in this group battle is fantastic. It's among some of the best choreography in the whole series. It's great. Now, this may be a factor into some other things. I think it took a lot of time and work to get all this choreography down, and it turned out very well. Nobuaki comes in, and it's basically, hey guys, how are you doing? Are you winning, son? And just like the entire Cuckoo squad is dead. Then this old dude with a mohawk jumps in, and we get some fucking alchemy, some earthbending. Big hands explode out of the ground made of earth and claps Maki between them. And this is when we see the Hei Squad. It's comprised of Jinichi, who seems to be, well, we know he's not the leader, but like maybe the second in command, the big gun of the Hei Squad. Ranta and this guy named Chojuro, this creepy looking old dude with a mohawk. So the Hei Squad is comprised entirely of sorcerers certified by Jujutsu Tech to be semi-grade 1 and above. So, all of these guys are at least semi-grade 1. We know Jinichi is grade 1. Special grade 1 isn't a power indication. Remember that, people. And they start going at it. Maki breaks out of the big hands. She starts fighting Chojuro and Nobuaki. And then some weird stuff happens, where the art for all of the characters gets kind of sketchy, like it's not finished. Now, it's unclear if this is just an artistic decision because of Ranta's technique affecting Maki, so now everything feels weird to her, or if Gege just didn't get around to finishing these pages. I would say it was the first, that it's an artistic decision. However, the art style changed before Ranta's technique was activated, so what I have a feeling happened is that Gege just didn't get time to finish these pages. This has happened to a few other Shonen Jump authors in recent memory. It happened with Tabata a few months ago. I know it happened with Horikoshi during the festival arc. Some of the pages were not finished. So I think the reason is that Gege had a lot of work this week. He had the Shonen Jump cover, he had the lead cover page, he had the color page spread, and then he had all the fucking amazing, very detailed choreography from this chapter. It's kind of understandable that he would run out of time to finish, like, 2 pages. And even then, the pages themselves are pretty good when you look at what he's doing, even though they're not finished. So I imagine this will just get fixed in the volume release. It's not a big deal. I know some people have been, like, poking fun at Gege over it, making a lot of Tagashi jokes, suggesting, you know, stuff about him. Not great, considering what just happened with Mira, so I would suggest, you know, showing a little bit more respect for Gege. If this isn't finished because of the workload, blame the fucking workload, not Gege. But anyway, yeah, so Maki kills Nobuaki and Chojuro by ripping their fucking throats out with her bare hands. So that's pretty vicious. And then she gets caught in this, I guess, stasis, paralysis technique that Ranta has. And apparently using this on Maki has, like, a very big physical drawback on him. It's like his eyes are fucking exploding or something. He's bleeding out the nose. Now, this seems to be because of her resistance. We know that Toji had a great resistance to curses because of his state. I guess that's the same for Maki here as well, is that she has increased resistance to curse techniques and such. Now, Ranta is, like, encouraging Jinichi, saying he has to kill Maki right now. Because the Zenin clan is still around today because of Toji's whims. So, Maki must be killed right now because Maki is not like Toji. She's become the same as him in terms of her physical state, but she's actually motivated to destroy us, so she will. So, what Ranta is saying here is that the only reason the Zenin clan wasn't destroyed earlier was because Toji was a lazy asshole. I brought this up in last week's review, but when it comes to, willpower, mental endurance, Maki is much stronger and much more motivated than Toji was. So when Maki is given the power that Toji had, she is going to do a hell of a lot more with it. And that hell of a lot more seems to be annihilating the Zenin clan. So, Jinichi hits Maki with this big, projection fist technique. He just summons a bunch of big fists that smash Maki into the ground. And I guess he falls down after this happens too. Because Ranta is congratulating Jinichi for defeating Maki. But it seems like Jinichi's lost his eyesight now and is dying. So he doesn't see that Maki actually cut off Jinichi's fucking head and is walking past him. So that's pretty fucked up. That's a fucked up little scene right there of him thinking they'd won, but in reality, his boss just got decapitated. So I guess we got to see what Junichi's technique was. Oh well. That means there's one guy left. There's one of the Zenin clan special grade 1s left for Maki to face. And that is him. The guy. The woman hater, Naoya Zenin. So he's like, geez, Maki, you're being awful. Don't you have a heart? And she says, no, he took it away. I assume he is Ogi. And she's talking about Maki. Or not Maki, holy shit. She's talking about Mai. So, yeah, as I think, at least I may have brought up once or twice, as a lot of other people have brought up, Mai was a big part of Maki's motivation and wanting to become head of the Zenin clan, and now that Mai is gone, that motivation to become head is really not there anymore. She just kind of fucking hates these people. She had already hated them, but she had wanted to reform them so that Mai could live normally. Now that Mai is dead, she's like, I just hate you guys, so I'm gonna fucking kill all of you. So, yeah. How is this gonna go for Naoya next chapter? Because he's apparently the final boss here. I brought this up in last week's stream, but I think Naoya is probably the only person who cannot get speed blitzed by Maki, here at least. Because he's one of the fastest sorcerers alive now. Perhaps the fastest sorcerer alive. So I imagine he won't get speed blitzed like some other people have. But I don't know if he'll be able to do much beyond that. We'll have to see how a complete heavenly restriction matches up against projection sorcery, because projection sorcery is really strong. Basically, if I'm faster than you, I win, in theory, or at least I get free hits on you if I'm faster than you. But Maki is really fast right now, so I'm not sure how easy it's going to be for Naoya to trap Maki in the frames. He's probably going to try and use weapons in this case. Now, getting trapped in the projection sorcery frames is going to be really bad, because then Naoya can just use a weapon and, like, stab Maki or something. So it'll probably be both of them trying to not get hit by each other. It'll be a lot of running around and dodging. Do I think Naoya is going to die? I'm not sure, because ever since he got introduced, I'm like, this fucking guy, based on this little spiel he gave as soon as entering the room, is here to get his fucking ass kicked by Maki. So it seems that time has already come for him to get his shit pushed in. But is that going to be the end? Because we didn't even get to see him interact with Megumi at all, and he still wants to kill Megumi so he can become the clan head. So, maybe Naoya dies, maybe he doesn't and he gets killed by Megumi in the Culling game. Who knows? I'd say it's like a 50-50 for each. We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, this was a really good chapter. It's a bit unfortunate about the art not being completed on those couple pages, but, I mean, what can you do about it? Gege's only human. So he can only do so much in the amount of time that he's given. So, like, only 2 pages on pages that you could argue the incomplete artwork is due to artistic decisions. It's fine. It's whatever. So, with that, that's all I have to say for this week's review. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. You should also go and subscribe to my backup channel in case this one gets taken down. I have that link in the description. I'm probably going to move Jujutsu reviews over to there at some point. If you enjoy other series such as Record of Ragnarok, Kengan Omega, Black Clover, and Kaiju number 8, I also do videos on those series as well. If you enjoy discussing Jujutsu Kaisen with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I have a link to that down in the description. Since it's the end of the video, it's time to give a shout out to my wonderful patrons: Archbear, CJ2K, Fuse, Neo, Tyrese Simmons, Dijon Redden, Anthony Chavez, Honey Mustard, Zach Rowitz, K-God, Chris Redfield, Scratch23, and Moonshadow935. Thank you all very much for supporting me on Patreon. I greatly appreciate it. And if you too want to get a shout out at the end of videos, or access to the Boxer and solo leveling reviews, you can also become a patron as well. There's a link to my Patreon down in the description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. Take care.